Welcome back to the Backseat Banter Podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Angelo.
How we doing tonight?
Yeah, doing great. Got a brew
Got
with
a
the
brew.
bro.
Some fantastic rolls at our jiu-jitsu gym tonight.
Yep. Shout out the boys out at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Always good rolling with them, especially on a Friday, doing some no-gi.
Yeah. Some
Definitely
no-gi
love
stuff
that.
on Friday. Makes you feel a lot better than you are. I'll tell you that much.
Dude, honestly, I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. I am so much better no-gi than I am in the gi. Like doing positionals this week, I felt like I just first started doing jiu-jitsu.
I felt like every time I tried to pass someone's guard, I was in quicksand.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The quicksand being somebody was holding on to me when they shouldn't have in any other combat. I'm not wearing a gi out in the streets, bro. Ugh.
You are wearing clothes, though.
I don't give a shit.
That's always the argument for the gi guys.
Yeah.
You're always wearing clothes. But even if I'm wearing clothes, if they want to start grabbing collars and shit, I'm oil checking them. Fuck it.
Oh.
Who cares?
You want to fight, you want to fight,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. What are they gonna do?
Can't be too gay if you win, you know?
Yeah. How do you want to kick this off, man?
Let's talk about how much of a pain in the ass the fucking podcast is. It is a colossal dick punch.
Oh, dude. So we mentioned in the first episode that we only spent about $40 on our audio setup, and it's really shown us these last couple of days that we only spent $40 on this fucking audio
100%.
setup.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
It has fought us left and right.
It probably doesn't help we are in a confined space. Also, apologies if you hear, like, rain.
It is raining.
It's raining, and we're
in a van.
We're in a metal container, essentially. Put a new lip pillow in, huh?
Yeah.
Little lip pillow for the podcast.
Dude, it's like Joe Rogan says. It's like the nootropic effect or whatever.
You got to be on your feet. You guys ever try AG1?
I have. I had a subscription
work?
for a while. My gut health was a lot better.
Yeah, I think
on it.
like you poop better, but like just cleaning up your diet. I used to think it was crazy. I'm shitting 3 times a day.
Yeah,
I used to think that was nuts.
Is
like
that
I was like,
not normal?
I used to shit like every 3 days. I was like shitting 3 times.
See, I feel like that's abnormal.
That is abnormal.
I feel like shitting 3 times a day is
I used to only eat like meat and potatoes.
Yeah. You got no fiber in there, bro.
Oh, and then I did right before our last comp, I pretty much only did fiber.
Yep.
And I was like, man, why am I not shitting? And then I was like, oh, hydration, plus I probably should eat something else.
Right. Yeah, I liked the AG one. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, my gut health felt better.
I noticed my gut health just feels better eating a balanced diet, though. Like, I don't do the green supplements anymore. I used to be hardcore on those.
Right.
And then I was just like, Brussels sprouts taste good. Get the iceberg lettuce down your gullet. Spinach.
I think that's what it was. Is because at the time I definitely wasn't eating enough vegetables. So that was like the easy way to get my veggies in.
Yeah.
Was just AG1, and that's like, okay, I can keep going on and just eating fucking steak and potatoes.
I just don't think that's like, that should be a supplement to like whenever you have to do it, but neither one of us are in a circumstance where we have to be supplemented.
Yeah, you're not
like
wrong.
super greens.
You're
you know?
not wrong.
Like it's seriously just mental discipline at that point.
Yeah.
And there are some days where, like today's my cheat day. I had a disgusting amount of Taco Bell. A disgusting amount.
Tell them the amount you spent on Postmates.
I'm not.
$62, folks.
You guys.
$62.
You guys. You don't tell your friends shit. Because it's bad. They will hold it against you and put it on the internet for everybody to see forever.
Yep. Hey, you know what? I got Slim Chickens yesterday.
Postmates?
DoorDash.
DoorDash, okay. Same.
It was like $35.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
For our lazy ass, it was raining today. That was my excuse. I was like, well, I don't want to go out in the rain.
I just didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was, you know what? It was fucking delicious.
I hate Slim Chickens.
Fuck you.
I hate it. I'm not a Slim Chickens fan. Call me what you will.
So I have a bunch of stuff written down that I want to talk about tonight. I don't know if you have anything that you want to kick us off with, though.
Kicking us off.
Oh, we forgot our beginning of the episode spiel.
Oh.
The opinions of us do not reflect the opinions of the United States Navy or the Department of Defense. Go donate to national parks and tap cancer out. Thanks for listening. So anyways.
We got it. Oh, man. They fuck you every way they can, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this thing you do for leisure.
Mm-hmm. We're going to get you
for it.
You said something we don't like.
Make sure we're not attached to that. Hey, did you know jiu-jitsu puts me in like a really good mood?
Dude,
it puts me in a great
fucking
mood.
too. That is one thing with my job, it gets pretty difficult balancing my time because I'm working 60 plus hours a week.
Yeah.
And I want to do jiu-jitsu 3 to 4 days a week at least. But then I also want to lift, and then
you want to be a good husband too.
Yeah, dude. I like literally the only person that really, really matters to me in this world is my wife.
Yeah.
And so I want nothing more than to spend time with her. So it gets hard balancing that.
Dude, especially like you don't even have a defined schedule.
No, it changes every week.
Yeah. And then God forbid somebody has like an emergency, not knocking them.
Yeah.
But like somebody's got to pick up
the next thing I know, it's 5:30 in the morning. Hey, I know today's your only day off this week, but we need you to come stand the watch.
And that just gets really...
It beats you down, dude.
Dude, especially like talking from like overnight shift. I was on overnights for 2.5 years exclusively.
Right.
Exclusively. And that's no way to live.
No,
there needs to be an instruction saying like, you need to make sure people are getting sunlight because.
So the crazy thing is at least most of the guys that I work with that are on nights, they prefer nights. They ask to stay on.
That's
nights.
Not. I don't think that's for the reason you think though. I think it's like, hey, nobody's gonna come fuck with us on nights.
Yeah.
Like I think that like because that the big spiel whenever I was working in maintenance was nights you got shit done. You got actual training that was useful, not this bullshit ass like.
Oh, this is what the chain of command wants to see.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, you'd still have to do that, but it was only once in a blue moon. And I think the guys on nights they had we're gonna get it done. We're gonna be smart about it. We always had people watching out for each other because everybody knew like, hey, if you're gonna be on nights for like a month. First week is going to suck because, like, at least with, like, day check and night check, you kind of have, like, a bearing of, like, oh, the sun's setting, like, time's going by. There's none of that at night. There is none of that. So, I really just don't think I'm going to look for employment where I have to work overnights.
Yeah,
ever again.
I don't think I would ever, Granted, I only worked nights for like a few weeks, but those few weeks were some of the most miserable weeks of my life, dude. I'm a night person, right? Like, I stay up late most nights, but coming into work as the sun's going down and leaving work and going to bed when the sun's coming up messed with my brain so much, dude.
Like, you're eating, for dinner, you're eating breakfast.
Yeah.
For breakfast, you're eating dinner. Lunch is not really a thing. Because, like, your sleep schedule's so it's just gone.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not a night shift kind of guy, bro.
And then, like, your weekend's screwed up, too. You only get one day of a weekend, for the most part.
Yeah.
So, like, because, like, you sleep your entire first day off. And then
you're automatically right back to like a day sleep schedule, and then you need to turn it back around.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. How did we get on that?
Don't remember. But we were talking about how good jiu-jitsu was.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu is freaking awesome, man. I really enjoy it.
Jiu-jitsu is going to be a big topic in today's episode. I got quite a few things written down that I want to talk through.
This comp that I'm doing, the
one on the 26th.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The controlled combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm optimistic.
Yep.
I'm tan. I'm rested. I'm ready. You know, it's it's like Nixon back in '68. We're here for it.
Dude, I still kind of going back and forth on if I'm actually going to compete in that one. This week, how terrible I felt during positionals really threw me for a loop.
And I touched on this in the car. I think positionals are not meant for you to excel. They're meant for you to learn. Yeah. You are put in a position where you are not exactly killing it.
Right.
And like they put in imposed rules for good reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can't disengage. A big portion, and this is what Angela was talking about, is sometimes you gotta disengage.
Sometimes you just need to reset, man. Sometimes you don't have the upper hand,
mm-hmm.
and you just need to break grips, back off, reassess, re-engage.
Yeah.
And so, like, I appreciate the positionals we did because you don't have that opportunity to disengage. Mm-hmm. But it put, like, such a bad taste in my mouth of, like, damn, I really suck at this.
And I'm gonna hammer on this. You wanted to compete as much as you fucking could.
Yeah, I do.
If you register this Monday, this is the last week of if you register for gi for $85, you get no gi for free. And right now, at least in my division, there are 9 other people. So
damn,
I am. That's a good show out.
I might have to take a look at Smooth Comp later tonight.
Absolutely, it's worth a gander. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll say this though. Even if I don't compete in the controlled combat, I think I might try to make it up to at least coach.
Mm-hmm. I'll need it.
And who knows, dude? I every time that I've gone to a tournament just to coach,
mm-hmm.
I end up registering at the door.
Yeah. At least do no-gi, dude. It's $85.
Yeah.
Like I think this is the last week for $85. Then it jumps up to like $115. So.
I need to get more donations for my Tap Cancer Out fundraiser.
I'll donate for you if you donate to mine.
Because I am not too keen on paying $120, but at the same time, like it's for a good cause. So like if I gotta pay, I'll pay. Not a big deal.
I'll send something to my grandpa or something, and he'll probably do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But
I'm excited for it.
I'm probably not gonna do that.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got a good bit of jiu-jitsu stuff I want to talk about.
Let's get into your diary, huh?
Yeah, let's get into my diary. First thing I'm gonna bring up, WNO 27 is coming up here pretty soon.
What was
Who's number 1? Number 27. The main event is Nicky Rod and Kainan Duarte.
Mm-hmm.
I know you are a Nicky Rod super fan.
Just because I got this glorious mustache, was thinking about getting a mullet, and was considering a spray tan and steroids.
Hey, he's the natty king, bro.
Yeah,
he's the natty king.
He is now. He wasn't when he first started. I'll tell you that much. He was tapping out black belts like, I'm natty. I'm like, were you?
Really? Really? But I'm very excited for that event.
Yeah.
The co-main event, I can't remember the other girl's name, but Helena Cravar from New Wave is competing for a WNO title, so that'll be a good match too.
Yeah.
Her, when she fought at Fight Pass, I think it was like a month ago, dude, she hit a calf slicer rear naked choke.
Oh, yeah. I looked it up the next day because I did.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was
absolutely disgusting.
I watched it 4 or 5 times. It was pretty gnarly.
I want to hit that more than anything in my life.
You're not going to.
Shut up. I might.
No, you won't.
Maybe against a white belt.
Oh, let's talk about this.
All right.
So, we are 10 seconds into our roll tonight. This man rolls and tries to calf slice me.
I started the round inverted.
Inverted. And then he's like, yeah.
Continued the inversion into a leg entanglement. And then tried immediately setting up a calf slicer.
Yeah. When that didn't work and I was freeing myself, what else did you try?
You mean what else did I hit?
No, you didn't hit it.
That straight ankle lock?
No,
I didn't hit?
No, you hit that. I believe you tried to go to a bicep
slicer. Oh, yes, I did try a bicep slicer.
He loves the slicers.
They work. I can't, I don't know.
Didn't work this time, bud. Didn't work this time because guess who knew your game plan?
I biceps sliced Mateo yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Not today. He wasn't rolling much, was he?
I mean, I rolled around with him.
I didn't. I'm trying to really focus on white belts. Was I the only white belt there? Well, TN was there.
Yeah, TN
was there. Freaking
shout out
TN.
Cool guy.
Great guy. Like him a lot.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine.
Yep. Speaking of TN, before we move on to other jiu-jitsu things, I want to bring this up. So TN introduced you to this new gal of yours, right?
Yeah.
So, being on the topic of dating, what is some red flags that you have overlooked in the... All right, sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties right there, but I think we got them fixed and we're back at it. So what I was saying before, what are some red flags you feel like you've ignored in the past dating?
Red flags?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is
it's a good one.
That's a good one. I'm being vulnerable. We aren't judging here. Some red flags, like just... I didn't see a lack of empathy as like a huge deal because I didn't really exhibit large amounts myself.
Right, so you ignored someone being a sociopath because you are one.
No. So...
Kidding.
In counseling, and legally I can't call him a therapist because he's not. Kyle, shout out Kyle.
Kyle.
He was like, most times people don't exhibit empathy because not necessarily they're a sociopath, but just because the burden of themselves. But like that in itself is a red flag.
Right,
Like
right.
Hey, if you don't have your shit figured out, like I would like lots of baggage, and I like don't get me wrong, there's baggage in all relationships. Like you carry a load with you, and like the person you meet is
volunteering to carry that with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And there were some things that I'm like, the maturity wasn't there, or we were just both young and fucking stupid.
Right.
Really dumb. And just not mature enough to have just a mature conversation about where the relationship stands. And I think open and honest communication, something I've really worked on in the past 2-3 years, that's helped tremendously. I'll say what I need to say, and I don't think red flags are a huge deal.
Okay.
As long as they're communicated.
Right.
Red flags that just are like, hey, by the way, I have this. Like,
it's like, oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so you got a little more serious than I was expecting there.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say the biggest red flag that I had ignored, my ex that you knew, she ate Oreos and cereal with water.
With water?
With water.
Okay. That's not a red flag.
I should have broken up with her immediately.
Weird.
I should have realized at that point that she was a complete psychopath. And now we're good.
And we're back, folks. Don't touch the mics, I don't think. Did you touch it?
No, not that time.
Don't touch it.
I ain't touching it.
Don't think about touching it. Don't think about thinking about touching it. Don't touch it.
I apologize for the technical difficulties we're having there. I think, like we said previously, the fact that we're only $40 into the setup is really showing.
And honestly, I think we overpaid.
Yep.
But don't worry, we're gonna hammer through this.
Yeah.
We'll get through.
We're
gonna come back ready for you?
Getting back to jiu-jitsu though. I saw this video last night that I couldn't help but bring up. There are people out there, not including Steve-O, because everyone knows what Steve-O does and what he's about. There are people out there giving themselves cauliflower ear.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because they like the look.
It's a vibe. Okay, let's just take... It's a vibe. Let's just say it. But doing that, you earn that shit. Earn it. I haven't earned it.
It hurts so fucking bad, dude. Why would anyone want to give it to themselves?
Because it looks cool. Like, why do you get tattoos? They hurt.
Yeah, but that's different.
In what way?
That's art.
Okay, that's art.
No.
How'd you get it? How'd you earn it?
Jiu-jitsu.
And what would you call that?
That's an art.
It's a martial what?
Oh, shut the fuck up. People give themselves cauliflower ear and they have... Why? Why? For what? If you're doing that, fuck you. You're retarded.
On the other side of that, you are a free American. Unless you're not a free American.
I'm a hater. Fuck you.
Yeah. I'll judge you. But you are absolutely free to do it.
It blew my mind.
What do you mean?
This dude took his ear and stuck it between two steel like plates on a barbell and had his friend fucking clack them together.
Let's take it easy with the mics, dude.
Clack the fucking plates together with his ear in between it. Don't even think about it. We're not doing that.
Can you meet me at the base gym tomorrow?
I'm just gonna punch you in the ear before I do that.
I know.
Yeah.
You've rubbed your knuckles on my ear. Needless to say, I was aroused.
We're both competing relatively soon. You're doing April 26th.
Yep.
I may be doing it.
You will be doing it.
We're both competing May 10th. What do you know about the term sandbagging in competition?
Sandbagging in competition. So, with a cursory Google search, it shows you have a white belt. This is a hypothetical. This isn't like a Merriam-Webster definition. Let's say you have a white belt who's like, is he a white belt? And he was like, he's like a 2-stripe white belt. He's been a 2-stripe white belt for the last year. And he's like, he's a little too good at his craft. So he goes there, takes an easy dub, goes home. Unless there's another unless there's another sandbagger
in the division, right? But so that's where these people make their argument is like, well, they're winning tournaments. So
why increase the difficulty?
Right. It's like being like a pro COD player and then playing the story mode on beginner.
So those people are nothing to emulate, and I'll tell you why. They woke up that morning and chose mediocrity.
Yes, they did.
They don't want to work harder for any reason. They like the flash and the standing on the podium. I could give a shit less. I hated standing on the podium.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a little weird that grown adults are getting medals to compete in essentially like
the teens division.
The teens division, yeah. Like I just think that's a little weird and a little.
Especially when like you look at the dudes we train with.
Yeah.
Like you got Jack, who when he was a blue belt was competing regularly in the purple belt division, and then was doing competitions against brown and black belts, and then Porter, a 14-year-old yellow belt, beating black belts in competition.
Yeah.
You got dudes like that.
That man's a monster.
And then you got dudes that have been a white belt for 4 years that are just going and wiping up white belt divisions. It's like, yeah, no shit, dude, because you're a fucking blue belt.
We got some blue belts that maybe should still be white belts.
Yeah, maybe they should sandbag a little bit.
Maybe they should.
Yeah, I kind of... I was telling you about it when we were rolling, and one of the guys...
One of the dudes.
He
could very well watch this.
He's a good guy.
He said some savory things when I said I was getting divorced, but...
what are you gonna...
He's young. How old is he? Let's not talk about this on...
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll narrow it down too much.
But he I've noticed the last few weeks when I've rolled with him, he's been starting to get like more aggressive with me in rolls. So like to the point where when we rolled tonight, it was almost at like a competition pace.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately got double unders, body locked.
Yeah.
Fucking hit a foot sweep, straight into side mount, and then locked up a pretty gnarly arm triangle that I'm almost 100% certain was a neck crank.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you want to fuck around, you're going to find out.
I almost hit a nice little triangle choke on him.
Yeah.
He slipped out of it.
Which you're no stripe white belt.
Yep.
He is a 3-stripe blue belt.
So I took his back, and this was after he made sure he tried to get me in an Ezekiel, and I was like, okay, it's fucking on.
It wasn't even an Ezekiel. We were doing Nogi. He was trying to punch choke you, dog.
It was punch choke. He was like,
yeah,
behind the head, fucking doing one of these.
And you know what? We're talking about this. Yeah. Realistically, at the end of the day, when we're rolling in the gym, like, it's not a competition. I don't want to, like, I'm not there to beat people. No. But at the same time, if you're going to roll aggressively, expect me to roll aggressively back. I'm going to match your pace.
Expect the amount of sandpaper you receive to be how much you gave.
Yeah,
okay?
100%.
So,
like, there's no winning in the gym.
No.
But I'm 100% going to match your pace.
I really don't like hitting rear nakeds in the gym, but I hit it. I hit the fuck out of that thing.
Talking about our gym, too, there is a lot of... It's kind of like a hot button topic in the jiu-jitsu world. I want to get your take on it. I'll give my take on it, too. What are your opinions on people pushing like gym loyalty versus people having the ability to cross-train and go to different gyms?
So, I can come at this from two angles.
Okay.
I see nothing wrong. Like, if your gym is like, no, you were gone on a business trip and you went and rolled in another gym, what the hell, dude? That's kind of toxic. That is not kind of toxic. That is toxic.
Right.
That's your money. You could do whatever the hell you want with it.
Right.
Unless you're like a team member at the gym and like you are on contract there. Like, I could kind of get that kind of bad look. But at the other time, like, jiu-jitsu is meant to bring, or all sports really, is meant to bring people together for a common goal, get better, and like just, you know, like, hey, I picked this up at this other gym. I think we should use it here. Like, I think that's really, really beneficial.
Perfect example would be like Brew coming in with 10th Planet experience to a House and Gracie school.
Now, every Monday, if I could get my ass to the gym on Monday, I would love going. I love going to Brew's class. But
he teaches the 6 a.m.s.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, shit. If I could get my fat ass out of bed.
No, so I think because I have trained at several different gyms, and every time I do travel, I do drop into gyms. My standpoint is, like, even if I were a professional grappler, right, at like Atos or New Wave or B Team or whatever, if someone were to come to me and say like, hey, you're one of our guys, like, we don't want you training at another gym, I would immediately leave that gym.
Yeah.
I would 100%.
100%.
Like,
but
I'm going to different gyms to get different looks, to see how my game works against how other gyms train, and if there's something I can learn from it, I'm going to.
Yeah.
And if you're going to try to stop me from learning that, eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
I'll go train somewhere else.
Well, especially at the amateur level.
Yeah.
Like, you're paying money to go do this.
Right.
Like, you're working a 9 to 5, and you are squeezing this in because you enjoy it. Okay?
It's, for most people, a hobby.
Yeah, it's a hobby. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
It's a cool hobby, but it's a fucking hobby.
The dream is to someday maybe make money off of it, right?
Yeah,
like, that would be sick.
Just maybe even just opening up a gym, like maybe not competing at like a professional level.
And see, I'd like to compete at a professional level.
Well, that's different.
But the gym is honestly the ultimate goal with it. Like, even, let's say I do get to that level, which it's a long shot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a world-class athlete, but
could be. There's a syringe with your name on it, bud.
But opening the gym, that I feel like that is like the end goal here. I would love for my income to be from jiu-jitsu, for everything to be from jiu-jitsu, because I love the sport.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking sport.
Amazing sport. I have yet to meet, like, the guys you were rolling. Actually, there's one guy I don't fucking like, and I touched on this the first episode, and we're going to skip over that. But the blue belts that you were rolling with I was talking with them. It was a great time. His family was there. Like, we were coking and joking, hanging out.
We're all just dudes doing the same hobby that we really fucking love. And that's the cool thing about competing. A lot of times you just sit there and bullshit with the other guys in the divisions, and then next thing you know, you're getting invites to come to open mats and seminars, and like I'm in multiple different like group chats and shit on Facebook just from dudes that I've met from competing.
Yeah.
Like one dude that I talk to here and there, he literally runs a tournament, and he like shoots me messages, "Hey, heads up, we're putting together an event if you're interested." It's like sick, dude. Like,
that would be awesome. Like,
and
that's
it was
awesome.
that Liquid Swords event, the super fight event
really?
that I did. Yeah, I talk with the dudes that run that, and every time they are organizing an event, they send me an invite, like, "Hey, dude, we're doing this. If you're interested, come on out." It's awesome.
That's
why I think everyone should compete when they do jiu-jitsu. It's not only is it kind of trial by fire of what you're learning in the gym, but you meet some cool fucking people, man.
Yeah.
You meet some cool guys. You go hang out. You get some. You do some training. You fucking trade tips, and there's nothing to lose from it. And you wrist lock white belts.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
They wrist locked one white belt tonight, incessantly. Take a guess. Take a wild guess on who it was. Anyway, I think it's just important to compete.
Yeah.
Mentality wise, yeah. Just like it's a weird stress. It's not work stress. You signed up for this. Right. And it's like that weird anxiety, and you get oh, I gotta shit. Like, fuck, I gotta shit. You go shit, and you're like, oh, I feel better. And then, like, you're walking around, you kind of get the dry mouth, and you're like, well, that might have been from the cutting. But, but it's like that nice little...
The butterflies in your stomach, dude, you get, the blood just starts pumping.
Yeah.
And then, like I was saying I think it was on our first episode, because you learned real quick how hard that adrenaline dump can hit.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get some of that experience under your belt, like, I still get super nervous for that first match, but as soon as I go out and they say go, it just feels like you're rolling in the gym.
Yeah.
And if you look at it with that mentality, it all comes easy, you know?
I am wagered to say that I have not gotten to, like, the point, and I won't get it on this next tournament, probably not the following, to where it just...
Grab me a brew.
A brewski? Brewski beer?
Appreciate it.
That's our lovely assistant, Gladys. She's a 74-year-old woman.
She's an absolute doll.
She's a 74-year-old alcoholic. She's working for pennies on the dollar. That's the only reason we got her.
But yeah, you're still gonna have that adrenaline dump probably your next few tournaments.
Not if I can help it.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna just snort a line of ashwagandha. We're gonna get rid of that fucking stress real quick.
Hey man, just get on Zoloft,
dude.
It helps. Did you by chance get to? I know I brought up. I wanted to talk about what your thoughts on rule set differences. Did you get a chance to look in that at all?
So,
if not, we can bring it up another time.
Yeah. I will just speak on the IBJJF rule set.
Trash.
Moving on. No.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next episode or something.
Yeah,
because I do want to dig into their rule set a little more, and then like comparisons with like ADCC or even local for us on the East Coast. Good Fight. I love the Good Fight rule set.
Yeah, Good Fight rule set's great. That's a good rule set.
It's very reminiscent almost of like EBI rule set. especially because they do the EBI overtime.
Mm. I do like the good fight overtime.
Yeah.
Rule set. Great rule set.
I know you really like the white belt rule set with overtime. White belts, they start.
Never been taken down. Okay.
So white belt
cannot take me down.
White belt overtime. At good fight, you'll start. What is it? Start from the back, and then you go to the arm bar.
Back arm bar.
And then if
just take
no
down.
winner,
then it's just a wrestle.
Yeah. If there's no winner after the back round or the arm bar round, then it's first takedown wins. And so this old wrestler over here, even though he's never been to an overtime round, he really loves it.
I was itching in so I got turd word. They were like, no, dude, you're gonna gas yourself out if you just go to overtime. I could have survived to overtime on every single one of my matches. Okay, I could have.
I really think had you survived to overtime on your gi match, you would have won.
I would have won that handily, and then he would have gone to the ER, and then he would have.
We touched on that match. The old man that he had his match against had to drop out of the rest of the tournament because he was concerned that he was about to have a heart attack.
Because I took him fucking down. I took him down to Chinatown.
And that was all you did.
That was about all I did. And then I was like, what am I doing here?
Dude, I remember I was sitting on the other side of the mat.
I made eye contact with him.
I was sitting on the other side of the mat because I was waiting for a match. And so I'm trying to coach you from the other side of the mat. And you made eye contact with me as I'm telling you how to hit this fucking elbow roll mount escape. And you looked at me. I saw your eyes just look so defeated. And then you went back into it.
I was just like, fuck. The adrenaline hurts. I cut weight. I was like,
you cut way too much weight.
Way too much weight.
Although you've maintained that weight ever since, and you look good. It seems like you feel good. So.
I feel really good. My close guard.
You're strong for the weight you're at too, which is good.
My close guard that I did yesterday, I got somebody to pressure tap to it.
Nice.
So
nice.
It wasn't a cool dude. It was just one of the dudes.
Whatever.
But we take those dubs.
Yeah.
We take those. But the only reason I'm familiar with the IBJJF rule set is because I was thinking about competing the 6th of April at the Copa in Virginia.
Yeah.
That was.
But yeah, you were thinking about doing that Copa and their full IBJJF rule set.
Guess what do you think the price was for a last minute registration for gi and no gi?
For both divisions?
For both divisions.
I'm guessing you're looking at $220.
$285.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu's gotten expensive.
Dude, for
when I first started jiu-jitsu, my monthly fee was $50. And I used to be able to get in a I'm sorry, these technical difficulties.
How much was it again?
$50. And then to compete gi and no gi in a tournament would usually run you $75 to $80.
Damn.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Way
to go, Obama. Obama.
Obama.
No one does it like Obama. No one. I'm starting to feel these brews, brother. Not really. Good time. He's my good timing boy.
So I'm a big fan of leg locks.
100%.
We touched on that earlier. Love my calf slicers.
Love them. Don't like that about you. Don't. Be a man. Choke someone out.
So what? And you've gotten to train heel hooks.
Yep.
A little bit.
A little bit.
What do you think? What are your opinions on in competition when leg locks should be allowed? Certain leg locks. And when do you think people should even start training leg locks?
Training leg locks, I think in order for you to know how to escape it, you should know how to escape a heel hook. Okay, that is scary.
Yeah, no, you should 100% know how to escape a heel hook.
So, but I feel like in order to know how to escape it, you need to know how to do it.
Right.
But it's a very slippery slope because our boy Jason kind of tweaked my knee a little bit on that heel hook, and it was like he was going really light, and I was just kind of getting him to feel the getting me to feel the pressure, like so I could kind of understand it. Because you got to know when you're in the submission. Like a straight ankle lock, you got to know the pressure. You got to know what bad pressure feels like, so you can be like, well, I'm not even worried about that.
Right,
like,
right. That's how I feel a lot of times. I've noticed a lot of people don't really know how to apply a straight ankle lock.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of times.
I hit one tonight.
There are a lot of times. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of times I'll get put in one, and I'm probably gonna get some shit for this because my very first time competing as a blue belt, I got straight ankle locked in about 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, getting caught in a straight ankle lock, knowing what a good straight ankle lock feels like, I don't get worried about it because most people aren't that great at them.
Speak for yourself. I'm fucking good. I used to like look down at people who played legs.
No, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Why?
People forget they have them in jiu-jitsu. I'm one of those people.
That was always one of the biggest like debates when Dean Lister brought leg locks really like into jiu-jitsu. Like obviously they always existed, but like he was the one that kind of popularized them. Yeah. And a lot of he used to get shit all the time for doing leg locks and focusing on leg locks.
Mm-hmm.
And his go-to would always be like, why would I ignore half the body?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like what?
But it's I do. So the question that was posed, like, when should you train heel hooks?
Right.
I think.
Well, it's not necessarily just heel hooks, just leg locks in general. But heel hooks being a part of that.
I think you need to start focusing on all aspects of jiu-jitsu. But one thing that I think white belts are being intentionally left in the dark on, because like I've noticed. You joke about it, but like the wrist locks, they're everywhere.
Yep, all the time.
They're goddamn everywhere.
And I feel like a lot of gyms, both with wrist locks and leg locks, a lot of gyms won't teach that stuff to a white belt because in competition they can't use it. However, in my opinion, by the time they get to the point where they can use those submissions, not teaching them that stuff as a white belt leaves them miles behind the other dudes that were learning it at white belt.
I've noticed, like, since every other belt's hitting it on me, I've started looking for it and not hitting it. I that's a bad habit that I would absolutely use. Like, I've gotten disqualified in wrestling matches because I've been doing like full Nelsons and shit. So like, I'll be like, okay, there's one right there. Like, you get into side control, I'm like, oh, there's one right in my face.
Yep.
Head, put it down, pull. Yep. Okay, that would have been he would have tapped right there, maybe.
Maybe.
I
bring that up because, and like I was saying, there are a lot of gyms that for a long time.
These are sixes.
These are better.
These are sixes.
But these are better.
The pouches on Zins are way better.
No. You're lying. Anyways, a lot of gyms for a very, very long time, like, they don't teach leg locks to white belts.
Yeah.
And like I was touching on before, if you don't teach them at white belt, how can you expect them to be formidable at leg locks and leg lock defense when they get to purple, brown, and black belt?
Yeah. So at the first gym I was at, the first month was nothing but single leg X. And what do you do from single leg X? You run a takedown and you get a straight ankle lock. They weren't really too good on, like, they're like, yeah, you got it, fucking just muscle that shit back. Like, they weren't too good on that. And not to throw shade at them, I see them at comps all the time. They do great. They have a very active competition thing. Their black belt's a really nice guy. I think his name is also Kevin.
Nice.
So, but like, it just wasn't for me at that gym. And then my boy here took me to Lineage, and I was like,
as you should have started.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
So, caveat to what I was saying about leg locks, though, right? I think a white belt should not even begin to think about touching a heel hook for their first 6 months.
Yeah, that's pretty
Because,
normal.
and I say that because in your first 6 months, most white belts don't really know how to control their body yet.
Yeah.
In the way that's necessary for training something like a heel hook safely.
I think we got a lot of wrestlers here.
We do have a lot of wrestlers here, and I think that's why we get away with it.
Yeah, we definitely do. There's definitely at our gym, at least last time we trained heel hooks, it was like, hey, if you're not comfortable with this, don't do it.
Like just get in the position.
Just get in the position. That's it. Or hey, heel hooks right there.
Recognize that it's there, and then
maybe just do a straight ankle.
Yeah.
Or Texas cloverleaf, like,
right,
which isn't.
It's a straight leg lock.
Yeah.
It's for some reason illegal in a lot of competitions, and I can understand the argument because a lot of times to get into the saddle, the setup does require. I mean, really, it's a false reap.
Mm-hmm.
But IBJJF rules, a lot of times they consider a false reap a reap because the top player has all of their weight on that one knee and you have both legs.
Grappling Industries doesn't really know what a reap is, actually.
Yeah.
If we're gonna touch on that. I'm still fucking salty on it. I should have won that match.
No, that was a good fight.
Good fight. What did I say?
You said Grappling Industries.
Okay, I meant controlled comp.
Good fight.
Good fight. Yeah. Where are we?
You were talking about you got yelled at for reaping at that good fight.
For reaping, wasn't a reap. Okay, and then I got called for a slam when he jumped guard.
He jumped guard after you shot your double leg. Yeah. Like that was a garbage call.
There's a lesson learned there. Don't do double legs.
Well, you can.
No.
Just don't do just don't do a double leg with your head a mile out.
I'll take that under consideration, but I'm still probably just gonna
just hit a blast double.
I'm gonna hit a really nice single leg
sweep outside single.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go for and I'm calling this now. I'm going for the arm. I'm gonna tie it up to a Russian tie. I'm gonna force him down. I'm gonna grab that leg. I'm gonna take out the other.
I think you should Uchimata to ankle pick.
I don't like ankle picks.
I love ankle picks.
With my shoulder. Just because you have to fucking
well, with that's why you set it up with that Uchimata, right? Is you kick that leg out, your leg comes back down, steps behind their outside foot.
Yep.
And you don't even really need to reach. You can do the ankle pick with your foot there. It's almost more like a foot sweep ankle pick.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it.
Let's train it in the gym next Friday.
Yeah.
I do want to. There's a warm-up exercise that I think you really need to. It's like the Russian knee thing. It'll
like duck walking.
Yeah, no, it's not duck walking. It's just left and right, and you just touch your knee to the ground, and it's really like a quick motion.
Oh, the one where like they're sitting on their butt and they drop the knee.
No.
No.
This is like a warm-up thing I did in high school. It just it allows you. It's like it helps you get into like because you have trouble being sure with your shots. Like whenever you take a shot, like
I hesitate as soon as I penetrate. I take that penetration step.
Do you?
I take that penetration step. I'll wrap the leg. As soon as I get there, I hesitate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my wrestling kind of falls apart.
And then we're just gonna work on it. We're just gonna do takedowns.
I really feel like I would benefit a lot from getting good with the snap down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see you doing
because I don't like to shoot a lot, so I feel like a snap down or something off that Russian tie would be beneficial. I think
learning how to turn someone with their hands, like using your hands, like it's just extraordinarily beneficial.
Yeah.
Especially in jiu-jitsu, whenever a lot of people just don't really know what they're doing on their feet, and for good reason. Like jiu-jitsu is a ground sport. Like if you want to take down people, do judo, do wrestling. But I'm very thankful I was a wrestler, but at the same time, I could have just skipped the middleman, just started doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I feel like
I feel happier doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I was never happy wrestling.
I feel like the environment of jiu-jitsu is it's a healthier environment.
It's like less toxic.
The wrestling mentality, great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that work ethic is insane.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily a healthy mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You think about cutting weight for wrestling, doing it week after week after week as like a 13-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a healthy thing to do.
I was like 14, and I remember I was at like 130, and like my coach was like, "Could you get down to 126s by Saturday?" And I was like, "Coach, it's Thursday."
I'm 14.
Yeah, I could do that. You could have told me 15 minutes before the match. I would have done it. But
that's not healthy. You
no,
know?
not at all. I don't think it's like super bad, but I think it gives you weight management, especially in this day and age. Excuse me. Is definitely a skill that is not really fucking taught in school.
No, it's not.
That's an extracurricular.
I think it makes it even more difficult nowadays, just the amount of processed foods that are available quickly, and
they taste better.
They taste good, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
That is the big thing right now, is everything is so fucking expensive.
I was at the store. I'm not going to say which one, but the price for spinach it's astronomical.
Yeah,
I went with shredded iceberg, and I hate shredded iceberg. You force that shit down.
That's just water.
Water. It's crunchy water. Water. Go wall get a hoagie.
Go wall get a hoagie. So this is one I was actually looking forward to asking you about, because I know you're dying for a stripe on that belt.
No. What?
Hey, Kevin,
what?
if you're watching this, when you're done being crippled, maybe get a couple rolls in with my boy. He's getting better, but
I'm still not.
I don't know if he's worth a stripe yet.
No. Keep me no stripe, dude. I don't give rats.
With promotions, specifically belt promotions, do you think there should be a test for promotions, or do you think it should be subjective based on what the coach thinks?
So this is where I'm like, I want a stripe for my ego purposes, but like I want to be worth my weight.
Right, you want to earn it.
I want to earn it.
Yeah, you don't want to be you don't want to, a year from now look back and be like, damn, I'm an attendance blue belt.
Yeah. Sorry, inside joke. You're not gonna fucking hear about it on this shit until we move, fucking. And maybe I change my name, but oh man. So with that, I've always been analytical. Give me a list of shit I need to do, and I will fucking go at it as hard as I can. But with jiu-jitsu, that's just not going to happen. Right. That's just not really a thing. Like headlock defense. But that's like the old Gracie thing, the old Gracie mindset.
The way I look at it, I believe testing is effective only twice. I think a test is necessary to go from white to blue belt, and I think that is because I think they should be testing your self-defense capabilities. And then a test for brown to black.
Yeah.
And I think that test is more so a formality. I think that test really should be like almost like a Shark Tank. Like, hey, you're going to go sit in the center of the mat, and we got 15 black belts lined up on the wall. You're going to roll with them until you get through the last one. I think that's what that should look like.
I think that's more of like a welcome to the club kind of thing. Yeah. Like hey, you earned this.
Right.
You're probably going to get tapped. Like,
you're going to get tapped.
You're going to get tapped. You got 15 black belts, and you ain't taking a break.
Realistically, I think the only test necessary, I think, is white to blue. I think after that, depending on the school you train at, I think competition results should weigh into that. I do. Like, look at Jack.
Yeah.
A blue belt competing at purple belt divisions, brown belt divisions. Like, yeah,
What I'm hearing you say is, Jake, go to the open division on this next tournament. I'm saying win a couple white belt divisions. Yeah.
and then maybe find a no-gi tournament, jump in the intermediate division. Start doing that.
I didn't hear a word you said. I'm thinking about getting on Smooth Comp and registering for another $30. That's a prize money. I think it's like 500 or 5,000 that they're.
I think it was 500.
Oh, okay, but $500 would go a long way for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We get a lot of beers for that.
A lot of broski, maybe some decor for the van, maybe a new little sound thing so we don't keep having these technical issues.
Or we take.
If anyone wants to donate,
I'll drop
really
a
the only
box.
people that are watching this are people that know us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel up to donating to this, hey, would greatly appreciate it.
We'd greatly appreciate it. I'll
give you a crisp high five.
We are horrible with money.
Yeah.
He bought 2 timeshares and I only bought 1. It's getting.
Hey, you're the one talking about dropping $1,300 on a flight to Thailand.
It's actually $1,900.
Oh, right.
Yeah, return flights are a bitch.
So before we move on from jiu-jitsu stuff, I do want to put a little plug in here. We've been talking about this for a little while. We are working, doing the footwork right now on starting up a gear brand. Tier 3 jiu-jitsu gear.
Just Tier 3 gear.
Right.
Working title. No, not really. That's our title.
We got a title. We got a logo. We're working on finding a manufacturer right now and something that provides good gear for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Jiu-jitsu gear is fucking expensive nowadays.
It's expensive and really it's flashy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the people
crazy designs, this, that. Like, you go to any of these tournaments where a lot of tournaments are giving out, like, free rash guards and shit nowadays, and it's like, hey, I appreciate the free rash guard, but they're kind of fucking ugly.
Like, this, especially with shorts.
Yep.
Especially with shorts. They're too flashy. Some people just want to keep it low-key.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good shorts, absolutely. Good rash guard.
Maybe some T-shirts and hats and shit we'll throw in there eventually, right? But that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
We're looking for quality gear at a decent price with a minimalistic look. And just wanted to plug that real quick. Hopefully we'll be seeing that soon.
Yeah. I'm waiting on.
We're waiting on some quotes from some manufacturers.
I want to keep it in the United States.
Yep, would love to support a small business.
But at the same time, cash is king. Like
ain't that the fucking truth?
Like everybody's all for small businesses and stuff until you see the small business price. Anyway, but we're going to look, and we're trying to keep it moderately cheap. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I just want to have gear that I can roll in and be like, yeah, this is my brand.
Oh, dude, you know what I just thought of? There's UFC fights on tomorrow night.
Yeah, there is.
Who's fighting?
I have no idea.
I know Volkanovski's fighting. I think he's fighting Diego Lopez.
I think Tian's going to try to watch it, but I don't know.
Those would be some good fights.
I'll probably stay up and watch it.
I unfortunately work, but I'm going to try to stay up for it.
Dude, just focus on your sleep, dude.
Yeah, but fights, bro. The fuck?
The fights, bro.
The fuck? So you got anything jiu-jitsu related?
Not really jiu-jitsu related.
What about non-jiu-jitsu?
August, I will be taking a hiatus from this podcast and going to Thailand.
Hey, I think maybe you should take a mic and maybe do a podcast there.
I very well may do that.
You should.
Just a nice little, probably like a 20, 30-minute episode, giving you an update. I will be training Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu, and pretty much it's going to be 50% training, 50%. I'm just checking out what Thailand has. I thought about it last night. I want to do it today.
Dude, and I want to go so bad.
Yeah,
I need to talk Jordan. And maybe I want to live there, right? But
yeah.
I want to go there for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
I think it'd be sick. Go train, eat some good food, live cheap. The only expensive part about going to Thailand is getting to Thailand.
And boarding the animals.
Yeah.
That is expensive.
But luckily, At least for you, depending on the timeline of your trip.
Yeah.
You got me and the wife. We can take care of the dog, and then me. Honestly, I was thinking about if her and I go to Thailand, we'll just drive up to Ohio, drop the dogs off up there, and then fly out.
Yeah, I mean,
probably a little more expensive, but saves money compared to like boarding. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think traveling by oneself is it's really good for you to figure out who the fuck you are.
Oh, dude. Just like, travel in general.
Yeah.
Like even if you are going with another person,
maybe, you know,
go out, see the world. We all get so stuck, and you know, we talk a lot about you and I at least, we talk a lot about like our 3-foot world when we're dealing with like hard shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes you gotta fucking open that up.
You open it up. Make that 3-foot world be in a different geographic location.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy what it does to you, man.
Just going on a drive. Like, whenever I go to DC, it kind of, like, revitalizes my... shit, I shouldn't have said that. But, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
We've mentioned we're in Maryland.
We mentioned we're in Maryland. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like, just get out of...
Get out of your neighborhood, get out of your house, go touch some grass, go see the sky, go look at some birds, dude. Go do something. Like when I drove to Montana, a fair bit of that drive is cornfields and flat nothingness, right? But I felt so fucking alive.
Yeah, you felt free. I miss, and I'm telling. This is going on the record now. I just started driving one day during COVID. And I was in South Dakota before I knew it. I had no idea that my Camry could drive that far. Yeah. I was just filling up gas, but it had a lipper in. I was calling people, and I was just like, I needed a break.
Right.
My mental break was work, drink, sleep. That was it. All I did was work, drink, and sleep. And I'm not saying water, okay? Water. It wasn't water. A lot of times it was Crown Apple. A lot of times it was Jose Cuervo. A lot of times it was doing that, running around the college campus that I was there next to, and just seeing what was around there. You feel me? But I'll
tell you, some of the best times of my life are just being somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like I'm a homebody, big time. I love being in the comfort of my own home with my animals, with my wife, with my stuff. But the best times of my life are in a place that I don't live, that I'm not from. Maybe I don't recognize them. It's completely new to me. You just feel free, man. You feel alive.
And that's a little bit of why I like my current profession.
Yeah.
I like
you get to travel.
You get to travel.
Maybe not as much as we thought we were going to get to when we first got into the military.
You speak for yourself, because like not the type of travel, but there was a few times that we were on the road that it was a new city every night.
Yeah.
It was a new city every night. I was on Tinder in
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
In Duluth. Yeah. I still talk to a girl that I met in.
Really?
She's lesbian now, but she's just a cool gal.
Cool gal.
Well, I don't really talk with her, but I follow her on TikTok. She's a cool gal.
Nice.
Bold.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Like I've done a fair bit of traveling within the United States.
Yeah. I've been to
through work
3 countries now with the work.
I've only been to one other one.
Yeah.
And we were there together.
Yeah, we were there together. I was in Germany, Portugal, and Spain.
Nice. Spain's another spot that I really want to go to someday.
It was weird.
Really?
I didn't really get to do anything because we were only there for a day.
Ugh.
Yeah. Portugal, skip it entirely. Don't actually. There's actually probably a lot of cool places, but my gal and I are going. My girlfriend, Haley. We are going thrifting tomorrow. She changed the time. Nice. We're going all around God's creation here in Maryland. And I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, dude, sounds like a good time. Hey, if you could be any animal, what animal would you be and why?
Good segue. What animal and
why?
Why? I'd say saltwater alligator.
Saltwater
watched a whole fucking document. Well, I fell asleep during it, but I was listening to it during. They are the apex predator.
Yeah.
At 12 years old, they're 1,300 pounds. They could be in any type of water, and then their only goal is to eat and fuck. Nah, not really. Plus, they're in a beautiful place. I would say a condor.
Okay.
It's the largest flying bird by mass. So, like the wandering albatross is the biggest flying bird by wingspan, but the condor, the South American condor, is the biggest bird, as in body and wingspan. Biggest flying bird. Cool. They are enormous, and I can't think of the amount of freedom and just they're perched on a ledge way high up. And I've loved birds.
Right.
For years. And and it's just like a sense of freedom almost.
Yeah.
And it, like not like personal freedom, just like emotional freedom. Like they do what they please. But that's what I like.
Word.
You know?
Word.
What about you?
Dude, I just want to be fucking Presley.
Yeah, dude, your dog Presley's cool. She's big. She's a big old gal.
She's a big old gal, you know. She turned 7 this year. She's getting old.
I think Cord just turned 5.
Dude, she is the light of my life.
Mm-hmm.
She has been with me through some great times and some bad times, and
but she's always been
with me. Yeah. But she has always been with me. She's always excited when I come home, and she is by far one of my best friends.
Korg.
I love Korg.
Yeah. Korg is a unique character.
He is. His eyes, they tell a story. That story typically sounds like...
Yeah. The poor dude's got 2 brain cells, and they're both fighting for second place, okay? He's a good dog, though.
Great dog.
Great dog. You want to chill on the couch for 8 hours, he'll be there for you. Mm-hmm. You want to go on a walk, he'll walk until his paws bleed. Mm-hmm. If you're having a bad day, he will make sure that you're not there alone. Right. Like he's just
100%.
Dogs are just, man.
They really are man's best friend.
Yeah, they really are. Man's, and this is men and women.
Yeah.
Okay, 100%. Man's humanity's best friend.
Dude, I don't know what I would do without my dogs.
But like,
I always joke about it with Jordan. Like the day my dogs kick a bucket, guess what? I'm falling right behind them,
dude,
motherfucker. I'm trying to meet them on the Rainbow fucking Bridge.
You know, but like, I think with something that like nice, like it can't last forever.
Yeah.
Like something that pure of heart. It's a shitty thing, but dogs have
them damn old dogs.
Them damn dogs, dude. And I love it. I just love animals.
Oh yeah, me too, dude. And I think that is part of why I'm such like a big advocate for like the national parks. Mm-hmm. The amount of different species that live in our national parks.
Yeah.
A couple species that I really, really care about because they did spend so long kind of in an endangered status. Bears, buffalo, and wolves.
Yeah.
They are some of the most beautiful, majestic animals you will ever see in your entire life. And every single fucking day, new laws are being passed that maybe they aren't geared towards it, but you know what? They are the reason that these animals are fucking dying. You look at the polar bears, dude.
Dude, look at those fucking things.
They don't have a place to live anymore.
No.
And crazy thing, I read this, kind of off topic here. Polar bears are starting to migrate.
Yeah, migrate south to find food.
And they're mating with grizzlies.
That is terrifying. They're not mating with grizzlies.
They're mating with grizzlies. I swear on my life. Look it up. Look it up right now. Polar bears are mating with grizzlies. And if that isn't the fucking apex predator, I don't know what is.
Grizzly, Oh, fuck. You're right.
Yeah. That is the apex predator. You talking about saltwater alligators.
A pizzly bear, they're called.
Mm-hmm. That's a thing.
Only diverged 500,000 to 600,000 years ago. So
it's a new species.
It's
relatively new.
So it's not a new thing, but it's becoming more prevalent.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yep.
We need to start building up our DOD way more. Canada's not that far away.
No, it's not.
And they got grizzly bears? Pizzly bears. I think we need a preemptive strike. we need to nip this in the bud. Like,
talk about crazy.
That is fucking nuts,
but
dude.
Going back to what we were talking about before, right?
What were we talking about before?
We were talking about why I'm like such a big advocate for, like protecting the national parks and environmentalism really as a whole. Because we were talking about just how much we love animals. It's one thing to think about like, oh, we're just trying to protect the park itself as an establishment, but it's more so about everything that's in those parks. The thousands of different species of animals, birds, plants, trees, the water, the air that's in these parks.
It's almost sacred.
It's
almost sacred, at least to me.
Sacred. Yeah, I would say it is. Yeah. I would say it is. That those parks are such an important part of the United States as a country.
Yeah.
And to think that nice. That was a good one. But to think that my kids or my grandkids may not get to experience those parks the way that we have gotten to experience them breaks my heart.
Because right now, it's a right. You have a right to go see that.
Mm-hmm.
It is your God-given right or natural right, to go experience what something created, something or maybe even nothing created. Okay, and they're trying to turn that into a privilege.
Yep.
They're trying to turn a right into a privilege.
Yep.
Okay, that's what government overreach does.
Yep.
Or underreach. This would be government underreach. They're not protecting the resources.
They don't care enough.
They don't care at all.
No.
They don't.
It's a damn shame.
Okay.
It is a damn shame what is happening
every
day.
Matter of fact, I want to make this is on a podcast that we're good and liquored up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use my phone to call the White House, because that is something you can do.
Do it. We're going to call the White House. For those of you out there watching, please go donate to these causes that are helping protect our national parks.
Look at this fucking shit.
Every single day they're diminishing, and it is up to us as Americans to fight to keep them alive and well. Jake's trying to pull up the phone number to the White House right now, so we're going to get on there.
It has military rank as... I will put my military rank on this. Okay.
Did they get rid of the phone number?
They got rid of the phone number. Well, no, I just haven't looked hard enough. Media issues, absolutely. Oh, this is issues they're addressing. Okay,
right,
cool.
Right.
Which
to bring up, I want to, before I say this, I'm going to preface us. We recorded an episode last night.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't feeling confident about it. After watching it, we feel a little better about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mentioned in that episode, or it was brought up in that episode, the big thing, like tariffs, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that you said that really, like, it fucking struck a chord with me.
Good way or bad way?
In a good way.
Okay.
What about the guy retiring next year?
Yeah. What about the guy retiring next year? And you know what?
I really want to hit on that. Because what about... You think about the amount of blue-collar workers... Right, blue-collar is a big industry right now. or I should say, is a shrinking industry right now.
Yeah.
The majority of the guys working in the blue collar industry they're getting older.
Yeah.
And they're hitting that age where they are retiring. So you know what?
The retirement age is also not a suggestion.
No, it's not.
There's going to be a day where you cannot work anymore. You will be no longer valuable to trade your time for cash, for money. So you can trade it for goods and services.
But
okay.
I bring that up because I really just want to re-emphasize that. What about the welders retiring next year? What about the linemen? What about the construction workers? What about those guys that have spent the only prime years of their life that they will ever get
to provide for their family, not traveling? They
didn't get to spend time with their families.
Let me tell you what blue collar work is. Okay, blue collar work it's grindy. They make it their personality because they really don't got much else.
Yeah.
Okay. They
don't have the time.
They hate themselves every time they show up to work. Most days. Okay. And their vacation is a car road trip to a lake somewhere.
That was my childhood, man.
Same.
My dad, he's worked in the fucking car industry, working in body shops.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember.
And that's an art almost. Yeah. That is, I'll say it. It is an art.
Oh, dude, mechanics are fucking. That's next level.
Yeah, but
I sit there and look at problems with my car that I'm like.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm a mechanical wizard. But like, God damn it, you got me all sidetracked. But the guy with the small loan of $1 million.
That's the dude.
That's the dude that's taking away the guy's privilege to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shitting me?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the tariffs? Even if it's like all the economists are saying this is just going to be good for the United States. That was my Dave Ramsey voice. No, it's not.
It's showing itself. Gas prices dipped for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then now they're right back.
They're right back to where they were.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why?
The Dow Jones dropped so far that when he announced his 90-day suspension of the tariffs, they only made up half of the progress they had made over the last 4 years.
Yeah. In 4 minutes, it got rid of 3 years of progress.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the last administration was fucking good. I'm not even going to pretend that they were okay.
Okay.
Right?
We're choosing the less stinky of two turds here.
We're sitting here trying to choose the lesser of two evils, and that is something that the American political system, which we said we weren't going to get into politics, but you know what? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
We're in it now.
That is something that the American political system was never meant to be. We were never meant to be a two-party system, yet here we are.
I love my country.
I signed a fucking dotted line saying I will die for this fucking country.
I will not only die, I will kill, I will maim, I will stay up late at night, I will go away from family. God damn it, I love this country. I love the people in it. I love the public library that I went to this morning.
Yep.
Okay? I can't even think of a world where the American ideal system is gone. But right now it's fading, and it's fading fast.
Yeah.
Okay? Right now we need to focus on one thing that we have in abundance. Americans.
Fucking hey, buddy. That was a political-ass rant. Keep going.
We need... If you don't take care of your people, and our current employer is a perfect example of this. If you don't take care of your people, you ain't got shit, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got fucking shit. You need to take care of your people to make sure they are clothed, fed, and have enough time to sharpen the saw.
Yeah, 100%.
You cannot tell. I can't tell you how many times I have just been driving in bumfuck Oklahoma, where I'm just like, hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yep.
These are Americans, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I may not agree with them. I may not like them, but they're red-blooded Americans, and they're doing the best they fucking can.
Yep. And I think it's important to emphasize with this, right? I will never, as much as I might not like someone's opinions, ideals, their actions in when thinking of politicians, right? As much as I might not agree with it, at the end of the day, these are the leaders that we have elected.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can do as an American citizen, one, is to vote on the issues that on every issue.
Yeah.
And two, hope and pray that we come out of this all right.
Yeah.
I think that's the important part to all of it is I know our sentiment of, hey, dude, we're just fucking pissed off and we're tired of it.
Yeah.
I think most people feel that way.
100%.
And I think the important thing to do is to hold out hope, because that is one thing America in its relatively short history has always been able to do. We've always been able to overcome the bad shit. And I do have a lot of hope that we're going to come out on the other side of whatever situation we're in right now better.
Yeah. I think the next 4 years are going to pale in comparison to, and this is how I think it's going to be. This is going to be a minor speed bump in the absolute amazing history that we will make in the next 20. You know, like, and
all we can do as the American people is stand together on it.
Damn right.
If we can get past the political disagreements, you and I can sit here and talk about whatever opinions we might have, and at the end of the day, no matter what we disagree on, like, hey man, that's your opinion. You're allowed to have that opinion.
100%.
Just like everybody else. And I think that is the important thing that has been forgotten is people aren't willing to accept that other people have different opinions and different morals.
And it is an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Your opinion is just as valid as mine.
Absolutely.
If you disagree with me,
great.
Good.
I hope you do.
I implore you to do so. Yeah. But you know, I would say we're very like-minded.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say for the most part.
Like,
yeah.
I can't think of a single issue. Like honestly. But
I do think it's important to remember, and we'll wrap this up in a minute, because it is getting pretty fucking cold.
Yeah.
I think it is important to remember, at the end of the day, no matter what we disagree on, we're all fucking Americans, man. And that's what really matters. We should all be supporting each other. We should all be coming together. I think what we should be doing as America, rather than this division that we're all seeing, we need to all be coming together as a tribe.
Yeah.
They say raising kids takes an entire community. I think we should just be a whole fucking community all the time, man.
If it takes a village to raise a child, what the fuck does it take to grow a nation?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Dude, this was a good episode.
This is a great episode.
This is a good episode.
I like it.
I'm happy about this.
Hell yeah.
Word association. Go. Dog.
Cat.
Paint.
Thinner.
Grass.
Green.
Philanthropic.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Hey, man, we'll wrap it up here.
Anyway,
thank you guys for watching this episode of the Backseat Banter Podcast. I know we plugged it towards the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. Our opinions do not reflect the opinions of the DoD or the Department of the Navy. Make sure you're giving us a like and follow on all the socials and whatever. Yeah. Honestly, even if you don't, I don't really fucking care.
Yeah. I'm not going to be begging you for it. And
be on the lookout for Tier 3 that hopefully will be coming soon.
Yeah. I'll be talking to him about it. But anyway, we'll update you whenever there's fucking updates. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Actually,
all right, man.
Don't follow. Don't no, please do actually. But listen here. You have a great night. You have a great night. Hey, this is spooky podcast time. It's raining. We have a lamp. I'm scared. This is terrifying. There are random people on the internet maybe listening to us, and I am petrified. Not really, but I don't give a shit. I'll give you my address, but I'll dox myself.
Oh shit.
Anyway.
Well, hey, I'm Angelo.
I'm Jake.
This has been the Backseat Banter Podcast.
You have a great night.
Thanks for watching.